like a lot of people saying, yo, Puff is drinking, Puff is using drugs and stuff behind bars. He's in the drug treatment program. If he get caught doing any of the things that you've heard him doing and they saying him doing, they're gonna kick his ass out of there and put him in regular population. You understand? You have to stay clean in those type of places. They don't play those games. If he come up dirty or he's been seen doing any of that, they'll kick him out and put him in regular population. Bro, let me tell you something, man. And it depends on what time you leave or what's the situation. Like everybody trying to say the same shit about me. I saw him drug bottles. I saw him do this. I saw him do that. Puff had 6 officers that was either New York State Corrections or NYPD other than me working for him. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't believe Puff did anything around those officers either. You understand? He had regular other bodyguards too that was from the street. He may have done something around them. But you know what I'm saying? Criminals do crimes around criminals. There's nobody who's going to risk their job and their pension for watching him beat a girl, watching him drug a girl, or do any of the things that they try to say that you see. I didn't see him do none of that. So with Marlon Wayne, if he say he didn't see it, he didn't see it. Maybe he left early. Maybe he wasn't around it. Maybe Puff didn't trust him enough to do some shit around him like that. Well, you got to name names and say and you got to name names, bro. You just can't say all the other celebrities. You understand? There was probably a lot of celebrities that saw it. There's probably a lot of stuff. Look at Usher. What Usher say? I seen some things I shouldn't have been seeing at that age. What does that tell you? That he's seen some things, he was around some things when he was young that he shouldn't have been at a Diddy party. So that's going to show you that there's certain things that are happening that's going on that here this kid was saying he shouldn't even seen it and been around it himself. So all the other celebrities who saw it and they stand quiet about it. Ain't that in our culture? No snitching. Yeah. But see you got well, you got to understand. Well, it depends on what it depends on what your avenue is, Cam. You know what I'm saying? If you are a bodyguard and you paid the bodyguard the area, the place, and stuff like that, and that's just your job that you have, listen, are you going to care? Yeah, you're going to care to a certain extent if it involves you. People don't understand this. If you see somebody, you understand, and you don't do anything about it, you raped that girl too. Did you know that? Do you know that's the law? That's the law, brother. You cannot witness a rape and not say nothing or do nothing. If a man is raping a girl and you witness her doing that, you're just as much as guilty as he is. That's a law. You understand what I'm saying? So if a lot of these people
What's going on? It's OB Media. Genie D goes crazy and he goes off Diddy. He said that a lot of people saw what Diddy was doing to Cassie and did not do shit. Most of these celebrities are enablers. Just because Diddy is rich and powerful, they allow Diddy to do all type of crazy shit, man. But we had to hold him accountable. He was really getting out of control. So understand that a lot of people witness abuse. A lot of people witnessed that Diddy was drugging people, taking advantage of people. Most of these celebrities was involved in all of the freak off and all of the shit that is going on. That's why when Diddy go to jail, everybody is silenced. No one wants to talk about this shit. But it is what it is, man. You need to watch a full video. Let's get it.
People who are working for him and stuff like that, and they see something and don't say nothing, Yeah, they just as guilty as he is. They just as guilty as he is. See, I was never that type of dude. Yo, listen to me. My job is to stop the shit from coming from Puff. You understand? If there's some dudes about to beef with him, before he even get to him, I'ma stop it. That's my job. You understand? If Puff is doing something that's gonna cause him to get himself in trouble and me in trouble, I gotta stop him. That's my job. Not only as his bodyguard, as a law enforcement officer, as somebody that's a father, as somebody that's a big brother, big uncle, and everything like that. That's my job to do that. So it is what it is, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? And Kirk Burrows, the president of Bad Boy, he knew Puff real well. Real well. So he made those accusations, and then you could see it too. You could see like every girl that Pac talked to. Sally Richardson, you know what I'm saying? Diddy got with her. Sarah Chapman, Diddy got with her. You understand? You know, the list goes on and on and on. You understand? If he seen Pac with him, he wanted him. If he saw Pac wear it, he wanted to have it. You understand? Pac beat him out of the part for Bishop and Juice. You understand? Puff wanted that part too. He auditioned for that part too. You understand? People may not tell y'all that, but he auditioned for that part too. So, you know, he wanted, and then you got to see, like, you could just go tell that the drugs had his mind so messed up, whereas that he started thinking he was Tupac. For instance, did you see that Grammy speech he did? Hey, listen to the verbiage in there. He's saying the same stuff Pac was saying. The same, if people go back, he's saying the same stuff with Pac. Why? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He did have he disliked Pac, but he also loved him in certain things. It's a strange, weird, it's a strange, weird, I guess, relationship that they had, bro. Y'all thought it was an East Coast, West Coast war. One day we was in behind a house of blues. You hear me? We was driving through that. We had a reporter in the car. He was either from Billboard or he was from, what's that other big magazine? Rolling Stones. It may have been Rolling Stones. He's in the car with me. Riz is on the driver's side. Riz is on the passenger side in the back. The reporter's in the middle. I'm on the driver's side in the back. You got Kenny driving, Puff is in the front. We see Suge and Tupac, right? Pac is in a white Rolls Royce convertible. Suge is in a red Rolls Royce convertible. It's about a House of Blues. Behind the House of Blues is about in the afternoon. It wasn't even late at night or nothing like that. So Puff rolled up to Pac. We rolled up to Pac, and Puff said, "Yo, what up, Pac?" Pac looked at that like that and turned his head and got back on his phone. My man Riz said, "Speak to Suge. Suge is the boss. Speak to Suge." Puff we roll up to Suge car. Yo, what up, Suge? Nothing much. What's happening? He said, "Yo, man, we got any problems? You know if we got any problems out here?" Suge said, "I don't know no problems y'all got out here." You understand what I'm saying? He said, "We good?" She said, "Yeah, I guess y'all good." You know what I'm saying? You good? They talking like that. We drive off. So, did they talk? Yeah, they talk. I seen Pac talk to Puff after that Quad Studio thing. We was in the Roxy. Pac arm was in a sling. Pac arm was in a sling or something like that. A dude lit a cigarette for Pac. We was in the Roxy downtown. Him and Puff was talking like they was talking. So it's a crazy dynamics, but it is what it is, bro. Those guys are weird, bro, to me. Sarah Chapman. Yeah, but see what happens is that, Sarah was with Corey, right? Then she got with Corey Jacobs, the dude who put up the money for Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? Sarah was with him. I got a picture with Corey and Pac on stage at the same time with each other before he got locked up. You understand what I'm saying? So now, then she gets with Pac. Then she goes back with Diddy. But she was Kim Porter's best friend. Puff's first baby mama, second baby mama. They were best friends. Well, anytime he talked about Pac, he was like, Pac is bugging. It was nothing like, nothing where he said that, he put Pac life in danger, nothing like that. He never said anything about doing anything around there, but he was just saying like, yo, that can't be bugging. You know what I'm saying? Like on some shit like that. And Big said the same thing, that they didn't know why Pac was bugging like he was bugging. You know what I'm saying? Acting the way in which he was acting. And that's it. But it was nothing whereas that you could say like, yo, I'm gonna do this to dude, I'm gonna do that to dude. It was always other people that was around that would say something like that, like my mans and them could do this, my mans and them could do that, and I never heard Puff, sanction any of that shit like that. He ain't do it around me. Shit, I liked it. Shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? All that shit that Puff talking about, we used to go turn over turntables, somebody playing. All that shit is, he making that shit up. I was never with him in the club and nothing like that, and they turned the turntables off or do some shit like that. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? Big said something to me. He said, the next person to say anything or say my name on shit, I'ma shit on them. And I think in the documentary they was trying to say that Big didn't want to go after Tupac or he wanted to or some shit like that. You understand? Big told me that like it was Puff that was stopping him from going at Pac them and Death Row them like that. Cause you gotta realize Big was that type of rapper that he could get at somebody, and I think Puff was trying to tell him don't go that route. You understand what I'm saying? But still putting out songs like Who Shot Ya in the intro, but telling Big not to go at nobody, which was crazy. Well, listen to me, man. Both of them had their different styles. You understand? But I don't think Pac was big on the making the stories. Pac was great. Pac got some good shit, but I just think it would have been if it went back and forth. It would have been something to see. But I think that I'm gonna give it to Big on that one. I'm gonna give it to Big on that. Pac was great. You cannot argue about the skill level and the genius that Pac had, but it's something about Big and his subliminal messages and the way he's a lyricist that I think he probably would have got Pac. Ain't that more than half the millionaires in this world? Ain't that more than half the people who got it? Yo, listen to me, bro. You save your money will save you. And this guy just thought that he could do certain things to either buy his way out of that if he had to. And he has done that on numerous of times, buying his way out of some things. But then again, when his people need money who were around him and work for him, he ain't got it for him. So, it's funny. Bro, that shit was made up. That shit was made up before he even went to trial, man. Come on, bro. And I've said this 1,000 times to probably 1,001 people. Your main two charges that you talk about in court, you don't even charge him with? Come on, Cam. The gun charge. They had, right, the drug charges. Those baby oils had stuff in it. It even came out in the documentary, and one of the doctors them said what had him. Nobody carries that many and wrapped up in certain things. Come on, bro. If you was using baby oil, you ain't got to carry it with you. Yo, run to Walgreens, give me 10 cases of baby oil. Get all the baby oil at Walgreens. That baby oil had some kind of chemical in it that helped you seduce the person and make them feel free or something like that. They were saying it was some kind of drug that was in that baby oil. Not only that, he ain't get charged with the physical drugs that they could see, the pink cocaine, all this other shit. So with the feds and me working around them and working with them, and what I mean working with them, me being a parole officer, you know what I'm saying, dealing in federal cases and stuff like that, they didn't charge him because, one, brother, I swear, it was a deal made way before they got to court. Because that's in New York City, that was going to give you 10 years. You get 5 to 10 years automatically. If you beat it in feds, it's 10 years. My man, didn't Roger Barnes make some kind of suggestion that he was still beating Kim? Right, but I'm just saying, but that don't stop him from putting his hands on her because he got a kid by. That don't stop him from putting his hands on her because he got a kid by. Because he has shown that he put hands on all his baby mamas. Just say that without even saying any names. All his baby mamas could get it. Right. So, it still happens. Now, does it go to the level whereas that she goes to sue him? Maybe not. Right. But then as soon as she leave him, she have a baby the next year or something. Hey. Well, I guess. Or he probably gave her a couple of them. She got rid of them. But man, listen to me, man. You got Lil Rob did a whole album, right? He tried to give him $29,000. $29,000 for doing a whole album. You understand? You got Dawn coming to him asking him for $5,000. A person that he's asking her to do a favor for him and writing a letter to the prosecutors and the whole 9 yards to come into his defense. if you really look at it, bro, he's an individual that don't care nothing about himself. So he think he can get over, and you supposed to be happy to be around Diddy. You understand? Just to be in his presence.
Look, man, this interview is interesting, man. Gina Deal goes in on Diddy. Most of these people that was around him, they wanted to be there. They wanted to be a star, and they was willing to do anything to be accepted. A lot of people are saying that Cassie's not a victim because she was around Diddy for about 10 years, and Little Rod was doing everything what Diddy told him to do. Diddy did not force you to do all of those gay orgies. Man, you wanted to do that shit. Everyone know that Diddy been a swinger for a long time. Everyone know that he always been gay because he always be making some gay comments. And Diddy was always obsessed with Tupac. Every girl that Tupac ever in a relationship with, Diddy always tried to get with them. So this ninja was always obsessed. He was always up to nothing good. So when people is gonna say that all of the shit that Diddy been doing, none of the celebrities did not know, man, they were lying. All of these people were accomplices. They was at all of the freak off, all of the party. They was doing the same thing what this ninja be doing. And Ciroc sponsored all of Diddy parties, so they know what was going on. When Diddy go against that liquor company, that is where everything come crashing down. His house got raided, they seized guns out of his house, they seized the baby oil. Why would you got 1,000 bottle of baby oil, 3 AR-15 with all of the serial numbers scratched off? And Diddy did not got charged for those guns and the drugs that was in the baby oil. So though I don't understand, Diddy just got a slap on the wrist because he pissed off the wrong set of people and they was just giving Diddy a little time out. So he's just spending a little time in the pen for everything that he been doing, because this ninja been getting away with crimes for a long time, and people been saying that Diddy got something to do with Tupac getting killed, Biggie Smalls getting killed, just because he wanted to get his publishing and all of his assets. I don't know how true it is, but he was so obsessed with Tupac. He don't like Tupac, but he's just obsessed. He tried to get with all of his girls. Talking about obsession, this ninja was really wild, man. I don't know what type of timing this ninja be on. And people are saying that Diddy's in jail and he's still getting lit. He's also getting caught with alcohol. Man, that shit was crazy, man. Diddy have to be keeping freak off in that shit because he missed those days. He missed getting booty. This ninja was always up to some freaky shit, man. That's why they sent him to Fort Dix, a fortress of Dix. That is just crazy. Man, out of everywhere in the world, why would they send Diddy to that jail? That shit was wild, man. But Diddy like the freaky shit, man. So I see why they had to send him there. But this ninja, when he get out of jail, let's see what is gonna happen. Everyone is gonna be happy because they can go back to being freaky. But it is what it is, man. It's OB Media. Have a blessed day.
I just finished watching the Diddy documentary. Here are my immediate reflections. If you're more concerned with hating him than stopping this from happening again, keep scrolling. 1. Accountability is strongest in community. Ultimately, the court system didn't hold Diddy accountable. The court system cannot do it. To look at everything that happened that led to such gross harm, even the systems is so much bigger than one person. And courts can't do that. Transformation requires self-accountability. No one's gonna be self-accountable if that means going to jail. And that's why the realest nigga in the whole shit was Kirk Burrow, the co-founder of Bad Boy. And by that I mean the most accountable interview, because he said the first time he helped Diddy do some shady shit, he said, that's when I bought into the cult. Cults are not made up of one person. They cannot function without the consent and complicity of all the people around them. And there's so many reasons why we consent and why we're complicit. Usually it's because we get some kind of benefit, even if it's just the benefit of not having to be uncomfortable to say some real shit. And eventually, when Kirk wouldn't mess with Biggie's paperwork after he died, Diddy fired him because we're weaker as individuals. Had his people come together and held like a, what are they called? Intervention. Like, we each are not going to participate in your life the way you need us to unless you change, then they would have had a fighting chance of him even being able to truly see there's a problem and not just that this person has a problem and that he has to do something different. And I think there's something we all can learn from that. Someone called me this morning talking about some drama. I was like, yo, did you say something to the person who did the thing? Because that's the only way these things transform. This culture got us all trying to be comfortable instead of being honest. There are serious consequences for that over the course of years. Celebrity culture thrives on that. Capitalism thrives on that. Because the more money somebody has, the more clout somebody has, the more people are reliant on them and don't say nothing. Which is a systemic problem courts can't solve. Those power dynamics breed like narcissism. My hurtful habits from being colonized, traumatized, and just a human, they too would be multiplied if I was in control of billions of dollars. I don't say any of this to hold Diddy himself less accountable. I actually have very little power to hold him accountable because I don't know him. Accountability and care actually go hand in hand. This is what I mean. I worked for Diddy very briefly. I was a contractor. I got hired to write something for him, not music. And just in our one meeting that we had, in my follow-up, I said what I understood to be the real thing that needed to be said. And I got an email saying, Mr. Combs will not be needing your services anymore. Because who the fuck am I? The people who are in the best position to hold him accountable are the people who care about him, who are close to him. I always trip out when I see these documentaries and you got all these people talking about, whoever the monster is. Like, what were you doing, bro? You was right there. It's not that I'm saying they're equally responsible, but we are collectively responsible. Courts can't transform people, communities, systems. Only we can do that.